My name is Chris Laguna, and I am the VP of Sales and Marketing for Harmony. Here in my hand, I'm actually holding the H59 Rocket, which was from the 50s and 60s. This is one of the guitars we reissued. We did a lot of improvements to the playability of the guitar, but not the actual look of the guitar. From the front of it, you could actually see that it looks exactly how it looked in the 50s, but we did a lot of improvements that you wouldn't notice. One of the first things we did was we actually set the neck, which gives it a little better sustain as opposed to the bolt-on neck. Another thing we did was we put vintage closed back tuners instead of the old open back tuners, which helps it stay in tune better. Another thing we did was we redid the original cupcake knobs, another visual standpoint from the guitars. All the switches. We redid the pickups, and actually the pickups, this was the original mustache pickup, which we redid the magnets, the output, the frequencies. We matched it to the original, so it actually sounds the same. This guitar, you actually get a lot of variation in the tone of it. Here, you could actually use the first pickup, the second pickup, or the third pickup, or you could actually use all of them by the selector switch. Each pickup has its own volume and tone control, which allows you to get a complete variety of different tones. So it's very user-friendly. Although there are a lot of knobs on it, it's very easy to use. And it just sounds great. Another thing we actually did was, as opposed to the original, which had one coat of finish on it, these have 3-4 coats of finish on it, so you get a much better luster out of the paint, and they just look a whole lot better than how the originals used to look.
This particular guitar comes in two finishes in two styles. The 3-pickup electric comes in a double cutaway and a single cutaway, and it comes in the sunburst and a cherry red. We recently signed a licensing agreement with John Hiatt. If you recall, John wrote a song called Perfectly Good Guitar, where he talks about his mama wouldn't buy him a red Harmony. Well, we presented John with that red Harmony, and he looked at it and said, "My God, this is exactly like the one my mama wouldn't buy me." He's playing it today on stage, and we're very proud of the fact that he picked it up, played it, gave it to his technician, and took it on stage that night and actually played Perfectly Good Guitar, which was John's song. So in addition to this being so much like the originals, many artists who started on a Harmony are starting to play our guitar again. John talked about the fact that children today cannot duplicate the sound that these guitars produced in the 50s and 60s, the sounds that he put into his music. And we brought that back, so it not only looks like the original guitar, it sounds like the original guitar, and it's affordable. If you had to buy this guitar on eBay, it would an original, it would be prohibitive for a young musician to start on a guitar that expensive, and in fact isn't as good per John Hiatt. So we're very proud of the fact that we're getting quite a few endorsements from professionals.